Greetings from Golden Hour. Just got out of the hot tub and was having some thoughts. So I came on here to share with you some thoughts that I was having about the topic of betrayal. That is a rough one, I know, but I got some thoughts that I think will be helpful. Yeah, it's a rough one when somebody that you have chosen to hold in confidence and share, any intimate parts of yourself, chooses to betray that. That's a rough one. And, there's a lot of blaming of yourself that goes on of like, wow, how did I not see that one coming? Stuff like that. And like, how could they type of thing. So I'm going to address some of those things. I'm just going to use a specific example just simply because it's something I've been through recently. When something might kind of spins off the smear campaign topic, but this is a more general betrayal topic. So it may filter back to you that somebody took things that you said with them, with them, in confidence, thinking it was in confidence, decided to use those things in an effort to harm you with somebody else. That's a tough one, especially when especially if it's not a way that you would choose to deal with being angry with somebody in going that route. And just, first of all, be glad that you're not that person, because we all just have ourselves to live with, right? So, okay, if it's somebody, it might be somebody that's in your family, somebody that you've known for a long time, whatever. So there might be a temptation to make excuses for that person or to excuse that behavior or, want to understand it and things like that. I'm telling you right now, the trust is never going to come back after that level of a decision. Here is the very brief, concise answer to all of these questions about how could they, why would they, I can't imagine, They did it because they wanted to. They did it because something about that felt good to them and feels good to them. That's it. It's not that complex. They did that because they wanted to do that. And they wanted to throw something indirectly in your direction that would cause harm to you, and you just can't come back from that. So just know that, if you find yourself wanting to really rationalize that behavior or really dive into like understanding it, it's simple. They did it because they wanted to. Of all the options of things that a person could do to deal with anger with somebody, that's the one they chose because they wanted to and because it made them feel good. You can't come back from that. I'm not saying they have to completely sever ties with a person that does that, but you'll never trust them again, so you'll never have them in confidence again. And the other thing that you're not going to do is retaliate in kind. Because, okay, let's say you have had conversations with them or email exchanges or text exchanges or whatever, and these are the things that they're sharing in some effort to humiliate / embarrass / whatever they're trying to do, that they're exposing these things that were never meant to be beyond them. Where am I going with this? Well, that's a two-way conversation, right? So you have the other side of that. And oftentimes in those situations, they're tweaking things a little bit or editing it a little bit or remembering it in a little different way than you might remember that exchange to make you even look worse. So you might feel this need to I need to clarify that. I need to tell my side of it. Unless you're in a court of law and under oath and on a witness stand, you don't need to. Because you may have an arsenal of ammunition against them. You might have all kinds of things they shared with you. You might have things that would embarrass them if it got out there, and all of that. But there's a couple reasons why you're not going to do that. One is, why use ammunition in a war that you're not engaged in? So you're not in this war. So don't sign up. Don't draft yourself into a war that you're not in. Just move along, move away from that. And secondly, you got to live with yourself. Okay. So that's a pretty low standard of relating and being human and being in relationship with each other is that level of betrayal. Without being in a court of law under oath where you have to tell the truth about somebody. If it's just in the vein of, I want to jump into this stream of harm, that person also has to live with themselves, but you have to live with yourself. So if you got into that retaliation mode, then you're going to regret that later, and just, it's dirty. So keep yourself clean and don't even go there. It might be tempting, but it's not worth it. It's not how you want to be, right? So there was something else I was going to say on that. You just have to realize that when that kind of thing happens, it's time to cut ties. If you have to be in a relationship with someone, they're a coworker or a family member or whatever like that, you just put them way out at an arm's length. I don't even know that you need to even discuss what happened with them, because they're that type of person, right? So, oh, here's the last thing I was going to say. You're going to have a lot of questions about, like, wow, I wouldn't have shared those things with this person if I knew they were going to do this, right? There's a part of you, I'm guaranteeing it. If you're really honest with yourself, there's a part of you that's not surprised. There's a part of you that had a feeling. At some point, you had a feeling that something was off, that something was not right. And perhaps you had other people who are trusted people to you having a feeling and giving you a little word of caution that you shrugged off. So if you're honest with yourself, you probably knew that something was off. Something did not feel reciprocal. Something didn't feel at ease, or something felt an unease with this person. Use this as an opportunity to fine-tune that skill or that feeling, because going forward, you will feel that again. Going forward, other trusted people might speak into, like, I'm not so sure about that person. And I would say in the times that this has happened to me, I've been warned. 100% of the time I've been warned by other people, but I just sort of shrugged it off, like, oh, they don't know them like I do, or whatever. I will listen to that going forward, 100%. So there are signs, there are guideposts, but we tend to talk ourselves out of them. So take this as an opportunity to explore that. What did I miss? Where did I have a feeling? Where did I get a warning? And just get more comfortable with that warning signal. And I'm not saying you need to basically make any kind of major declarations about the relationship. You just pull your energy back and realize this is not a safe zone for me. And talk about other things. The weather, the geese flying overhead, the movie you saw last night, politics, whatever it is that you have in common with. There's a lot of topics to talk about. Or you also may end it and just keep moving and realize that there's really no coming back from that. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's it for today about betrayal. Hope this helps somebody out there, and enjoying the spring weather, being able to be outside in the golden hour. So hope you're doing well out there, and I'll catch up with you the next time.